Hello students, today we are having political science lecture. We are doing lesson number 2 and the name of the lesson is India's foreign policy. In last two lectures, we have seen what you mean by meaning and importance of India's foreign policy. So I will just revise what we have discussed in the last two lectures. All countries are members of the international system and their mutual interdependence among them. The theoretical framework in which international decisions are taken is called foreign policy. So, what you mean by foreign policy? The theoretical framework in which international decisions are taken is called a foreign policy. National interest, national interest and foreign policy are closely connected to each other. National interest is fostered through foreign policy, the means through which the independence and sovereignty of our country can be safeguarded is called as national interest. Then we see what you mean by foreign policy and what was the meaning of national interest. Then we have discussed factors influencing foreign policies. And which are the factors? The factors influencing foreign policies are geographical location of a country plays an important role in deciding the foreign policy of a country. Then, political system. In a democratic political system, the nation's parliament plays an important role in evolving the foreign policy. Then, number three, economy of the nation. The economic condition of a country has acquired great importance in deciding foreign policy at present. Then point number four was national leadership. The president, the prime minister, the foreign minister, the defense minister, the finance minister, and the home minister have a role in deciding foreign policy. And number five, administrative factors. Ministers of External Affairs, Foreign Secretary, embassies in different countries, diplomatic officers, etc., are administrative factors involved in framing the foreign policy. So, what were all this? This were the factors influencing foreign policy. Now, in your textbook, come to page number 67 and we will discuss today India's foreign policy. Now, after taking this preliminary information about foreign policy, we shall now get to know more about India's foreign policy. So, let us try to understand more about India's foreign policy. India got independence in 1947. As you all know, we got independence in the year 1947, and from then onwards, we started shaping our foreign policies independently. So from 1947, we started shaping our foreign policy. The directive principle of state policy have laid down guidelines about how to shape foreign policy. Article 51, among the directive principles of the state policy, lay down the framework for foreign policy. So this article 51 among the directive principles has laid down a framework, means they have given us a guidance how to have this foreign policy. According to it, India should give priority. Priority means what? Importance. India should give importance to safeguard international peace and security. So, what is important? International peace and security. There should be peace throughout the whole country and resolve all international problems and dispute by peaceful means. So whatever problems we are having, we have to solve all our problems in a peaceful manner. The objective of a foreign policy should be to maintain friendly relations with other nations. Means we have to have a friendly relations with other nations. India's foreign policy till now has been developed in this framework. So we are following international peace. We are following international law. Respect till now has been developed in this framework. Now see here, Article 51 of Indian Constitution, what it tells, promote international peace and security, have international peace and security, maintain just, just and honorable relations between nations. Here, just means what? Have justice and have good relations between other nations. Foster respect for international law. Give respect for international law and treaty obligations in the dealing of organized people with one another. Encourage settlements of international disputes by arbitration. So by peaceful means, have a international try to solve international disputes. So this was laid in Article 51 of the Indian Constitution. Now, next thing, some major, some more objectives of India's foreign policy are as follows. Now, let us try to see some more foreign policies. While maintaining friendly relations with neighboring countries, ensure that the defense and security of India is not affected. Means what? That defense and security of India should not be affected when we are having peace with other countries. Not to compromise about the geographical boundaries of the nation. So let us not have a fight with the issues of geographical boundaries. I know every nation or every region is connected with the geographical boundaries. Protect the unity and integrity of the country. So we should be united and we should be integrated, connected with every country. Protect the interests of Indian citizens. Who are citizens? We are citizens. We try to protect our interests living in our countries. This responsibility is fulfilled by Indian embassies there. So our Indian embassies, like people are given responsibility, they take the care how to protect the interests of the citizens. To establish economic and commercial relations with other countries for achieving economic development of India. And if we want to achieve economic development, we should have a good economic and commercial relations with other countries. Now, a review of India's foreign policy. We shall take a review of India's foreign policy in two stages. The period from independence to 1920 can be considered as the first stage, and second stage would be from 1990 till date. Till date. Now see here, India's foreign policy early phase. Now in early phase, what happened? Prime Minister Pandit Nehru shaped India's foreign policy in the early period. So who shaped the India's foreign policy? It was our Prime Minister Pandit Nehru. He opposed colonialism through India's foreign policy. So there should not be any colonialism. So he opposed colonialism. He took an international position and gave priority to global peace. So priority means what? He gave importance to global peace and security. Three things influence Indian foreign policy in this period. Now, what three things were included? Included influence the Indian foreign policy. We made an effort to understand all international events and development independently. So, all international events should be done independently without any pressure and power. Peace has always been a central feature of India's foreign policy. What importance were given? We had given importance to peace. There should be peace among India's foreign policy. The threats from China and Pakistan were also taken into account. So, what fright we had from China and Pakistan was taken into account. And today also, we have started a small dispute or little disputes between China and Pakistan. One more feature of India's foreign policy at this time was insistence on self-reliance. Self-reliant means what? Our country should be a self-reliant country. We should be a independent country. In the beginning, India decided to improve relation with countries in Asia. So in the starting, we tried to establish a good relations with all the Asian countries. Efforts were taken to cooperate with Asian countries in order to achieve development and to keep our independence intact. So to keep our independence intact, we were trying to achieve development. This concept of regional development later expanded to include Africa as well, but some Asian African countries participated in the military pacts led either by America or Soviet Union. Soviet Union means over here Russia. So some of the countries participate in something called Asian African countries participated in the military pacts. This stopped the process of regional development. After this, countries of Asia and Africa which did not participate in this military pacts supported the concept of non-alignment. Peace and freedom become the fundamental principle of non-alignment policy. Now, in this period, India had to face conflict with neighboring countries. So, because of this non-alignment or because of some other reason, India had to face conflict with neighboring countries. War happened between India and Pakistan over the Kashmir question in 1947-48. So, in the year 1947-48, there was a war between India and Pakistan on the issue of Kashmir. In the third war that happened in 1971, Pakistan broke apart and independent Bangladesh was created. So in the year 1971, Pakistan broke apart and Bangladesh was created. In the decades of the 1970s, there came about some stability in India's foreign policy. India had risen as a powerful regional power in South Asia. So India was one of the powerful regional country in South Asia. By conducting nuclear tests in 1975, India had also proved her nuclear capability from 1980. However, some changes began to take place. In order to increase cooperation among South Asian countries, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation was established. See what was established? SARC was established. And what the full form of this? SARC, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, means every country should have a cooperation with each other. India initiated a dialogue to improve relation with China. Means India had a talk with China to have a good relations with other countries as well as China also. India also started interaction with America for cooperation in the field of security. So students, hope so you have understood till here. We will continue in the next lecture. Thank you, students.